That was a very pathetic 0.14 joules of energy. Not anything to be concerned about, except maybe if you're a flea. But something that releases much more energy is a clap, which is around 11 joules. Still not much to be concerned about. But the blow of a hammer is much more powerful. At around 60 joules, the blow of a hammer is enough energy to easily fracture glass, bones, and even rocks. A firecracker releases even more energy at around 150 joules. But none of this is nearly as powerful as you. Running full speed, an average person has around 1500 joules of energy. So probably don't run top speed into a brick wall, because my interpretation of my moderately deplorable comprehension capabilities says that will hurt. Anyway, it's time to drastically increase in energy. With a bang. The muzzle energy of a cannon is around 560,000 joules, strong enough to destroy almost anything in the cannonball's path. Just a bit higher is a firework with around 600,000 joules. A car traveling at standard highway speeds has around 815,000 joules. An SUV traveling at the same speed would have around 1 megajoule, or 1 million joules. 1 kilogram of TNT releases about 4.2 megajoules. A fully loaded semi-truck traveling at typical truck speeds has around 14 megajoules of energy. So if you were ever wondering if you could brake check a semi-truck and actually stop it, the answer is no. But don't worry, because there is something else that you stand even less chance of stopping. A freight train. When traveling at the standard freight train speed, a train has around 4 gigajoules of energy, or around 4 billion joules, or about 286 semi-trucks, or nearly 1 ton of TNT. 1 ton of TNT being about 4.2 gigajoules. Nature isn't going to be left out though. One of the most powerful events that regularly occurs in nature is lightning. It's 7 gigajoules, or 1.7 tons of TNT. It's no wonder it's so incredibly loud. But on April 26, 1986, an event much worse than a lightning strike occurred in Eastern Europe. The worst nuclear disaster ever, commonly known as the Chernobyl disaster, which released the equivalent of around 10 tons of TNT. But the disaster was more a danger of radiation rather than of the actual explosion itself. Something that did have a very deadly explosion, however, was Little Boy, the atomic bomb which destroyed Hiroshima. This explosion was equivalent of around 15 kilotons of TNT. Much higher, though less deadly due to it being located deep in mostly uninhabited forest, was the Tunguska event. On June 30, 1908, a flash of light nearly as bright as the sun was seen in the far distance. Then, around 10 minutes later, a huge distant explosion was heard with an accompanying shockwave so powerful that it shattered windows and even knocked people off their feet hundreds of kilometers away. Due to the remoteness of the event, it has remained largely unstudied. Even today, it is unknown what caused the explosion, though it is widely accepted that its probable cause was from an asteroid which exploded mid-air. Regardless of what caused it, this event is best calculated to be equivalent to 30 megatons of TNT, about as much as 2,000 atomic bombs. Well, 2,000 ordinary atomic bombs. The Tsar Bomba was the largest atomic bomb ever detonated, the resulting explosion being equivalent to around 50 megatons of TNT, over 3,000 times greater than an ordinary atomic bomb. The Tsar Bomba is still the largest explosion ever made by humans. But humans, despite all their disastrous creations, will never be able to come close to the forces of many creations in nature. On May 18, 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted, releasing the equivalent of around 410 megatons of TNT, more than 8 times that of the Tsar Bomba. This eruption remains, to this day, the deadliest volcanic event in the history of the United States, but it's certainly not the most powerful natural disaster. The eruption of Mount Tambora in 1815 was far more powerful, releasing the equivalent of around 33 gigatons of TNT, or about 2.2 million atomic bombs. But this is still not the most powerful natural disaster. On May 22, 1960, a massive earthquake occurred off the coast of Chile, releasing the equivalent of around 17.2 thousand gigatons of TNT, or about 1.1 billion atomic bombs. This earthquake was so powerful that it sent tsunamis all the way across the entire Pacific Ocean, causing hundreds of deaths even as far as Japan. This earthquake was the most powerful ever recorded, and is likely the most powerful natural disaster in recorded history.